ThinkingRealEstate.com is on the air. We're a little late today, 9:36.
It's a good thing. I had a lot of phone calls this morning. I don't usually answer my phone
That's Laura Dwyer Schlecke,
on Thursday mornings.
legendary real estate agent / city councilwoman.
That's right.
/ many
Someday
other.
we can talk about some of the decisions we make on city council and how that affects the value of our community.
Your show, you can talk about whatever
But
you want
not
to talk
today. Not today.
No.
We have a special guest today, Steve Light, and he's with American Home Shield, right?
Correct.
Otherwise known as AHS.
Correct.
And we're going to talk about home warranties. But before we start that, Mark is at a closing, so he may run in here late, or it may go so
I lock
long
the
that
door.
he can't get here. I don't know.
about. I lock the doors.
So if you're looking to listen to Mark, I'm sorry. He might not be here.
Yeah.
He could call in, though, and that would be nice. I have to give a shout-out. I found out that we now have, as of today, the youngest listener, 7 years old.
Really?
Uh-huh. Her name is Maddie Miller. Brilliant little girl. Absolutely brilliant, especially since she's listening to our show.
She likes this show.
So I'm giving a shout-out.
Is it her birthday or anything?
No,
or?
no, just Maddie Miller, also known as Mad Dog Louie. Who knew?
Who knew?
So, from 7 years, how old do you think our oldest listener is? 102, maybe?
At least. Yeah.
We go around the world. Steve, in case you didn't know that, we have listeners in Ireland. Scotland.
California, certainly.
Arizona.
Yeah.
But
They're
Scotland,
everywhere.
that's quite impressive.
Well,
don't
we
you
have a
think?
warranty in Arizona, but not Scotland.
Oh, well.
California? Are you in California?
California. Oh yeah, real big in California.
Okay.
Huh. Same company? Different name?
Different, same name,
Okay.
same company.
Wow.
Cool.
Steve has flown in, by the way, from Kalamazoo. today.
Long way. How's the weather in Kalamazoo? Because it's probably coming this way.
It's actually a little brighter over here. It's a
Oh,
little darker on that side of the state.
is it snowing?
No, no snow.
Because, that's where you start hitting the snow belt. And it's nice to know that that's probably gone for the while. So, let's start asking you some questions then.
Good idea.
Go
Good
right ahead.
idea. The reason we have you here is because we were talking about, one day I was reading an article that if you had a home inspection, that could help prove to a home warranty that the deficiency didn't exist prior to the default, I guess. And therefore then the home warranty would step in. And Mark said, well, we ought to have Steve come in and talk about that. So let's wrap.
Okay, well, if I can, the best thing to do is for a seller to have the warranty prior to the inspection, because we can actually cover the seller on a lot of the items that they could find on the home inspection. So those could be actually covered claims for the seller prior to closing. So those are things that could be dealt with prior to the actual sale of the home.
So let's go back to the basics though. Tell us what a
Okay.
home warranty is.
A home warranty is mechanical systems that we cover the heating, cooling, electrical, plumbing, and appliances.
All of the appliances?
We can cover several. Seller and buyer are different, so we cover certain ones for the seller, and then after closing or at closing, the buyer can purchase some other items for themselves. So there are certain appliances that are not always covered. There are different items like swimming pool, spa, things like that that can be added to the coverage, but only for buyers. So they need to look at that coverage. Their optional coverage is available.
Okay. And in the basic warranty though, because I encourage home warranties. And when I'm talking to my seller or buyers about the warranty, the refrigerator's not included in the basic one.
Right.
correct?
It can be covered for the buyer at closing, but
That's an additional cost.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
So how does the home warranty work? If I'm a seller and I put the home warranty in place, tell me why I would do that as a seller.
Okay.
What's the advantage?
The first advantage is because the seller might be concerned about the condition of something in their home, and they're maybe not aware of the condition. So from a standpoint that they don't have to worry about a buyer giving them a phone call after closing, or the real estate agent not getting a phone call after the closing saying there's a problem now that wasn't known, this helps alleviate that, so they call the warranty company instead. The other thing that it does is it helps market the house. Only 20% of the homes on the market today will actually market their house with a warranty. So if you're trying to grab some added curb appeal, Maybe someone will look at your house before someone else's home. That might be a reason. And lastly, they get coverage. The seller has the no cost obligation unless the house sells. So if the house never sells and they file a claim on a furnace, let's say, and they get a new furnace put in, and the house is taken off the market, they don't pay for the warranty claim. They don't pay for the actual payment of the contract because the house never sold. They only pay for the warranty, the seller that is, if the house sells.
And so if I have a new furnace put in as a result of a default and I've got the warranty there, I'm going to pay what? A copay of $60?
Correct.
Okay. I had that happen. I had a client who had a house, had the warranty on place while it was listed, and of course it was with your company, and the water heater broke, which I think is probably not uncommon.
That's not uncommon.
And you guys put in a new water heater. House never sold, and guy got a brand new $500 or $600 or $800 hot water heater for $60.
Right.
I think the copay at that time was $95.
Okay, that's a while ago then.
Yeah,
So,
it was a while ago.
But yeah, the copay is $60. We do have additional packages they can purchase. One's called Service Plus, and it covers things like undetectable pre-existing, improper install, mismatched systems, code. So let's say, for example, that new furnace goes in and they don't have the Service Plus package. They might have to pay for the deductible plus the removal, maybe a permit. But if they have the Service Plus package in addition to the core coverage, they can actually have all that covered as well. So it's kind of, there's some other packages that they need to read over and look at their contract when they're talking to them.
We always recommend the Service Plus, right, Jackie?
Okay.
For the foreclosed properties.
Right. Which is now
In
called
particular.
Combo, which includes Coverage Plus as well.
Because we never know what happens.
Is the big thing heating, cooling, and plumbing?
Yeah, plumbing
That's
makes
the
up
basic.
Yeah, plumbing's are probably our biggest claim area.
That's it.
Yeah, because it's a year-round claim.
Mhm.
Heating is typically the biggest, of course, during the winter season, and of course, air conditioning is the summer seasons. But plumbing, considering it's a year-round thing, it's a lot more than what we would pay in electrical probably. But plumbing just seems to be a constant
What
issue.
kind of claims do you get on plumbing?
Everything from a water heater to plumbing lines to there's a lot of things that fall into plumbing. Boilers fall into plumbing, things like that.
Oh, okay. What if
Sump pumps, things like that.
you cover sump pumps? What if my pipe that goes out to the sewer line has a problem?
Anything outside the foundation of the home, we don't cover. It has to be
Okay.
within the foundation of the home. But let's say, for instance, if we have to rotor-root it,
Uh-huh.
okay, we will cover that to rotor-root that. But if it's determined that there was a root from the tree grew in it, that is not the responsibility of the warranty company, of course, because it's outside the foundation. If they abuse it by putting like cement down their line, there's maybe a foreign object that they
Would
stuck down
somebody
their
put
line.
cement down their line?
Yeah.
Is that like somebody who was foreclosed on and they were mad at
It
the...
could
Wow.
be. Could be.
Because of course it's the bank's fault they didn't make their
Right.
payment.
But yeah, that happens. And what happens is it's not determined until the contractor looks at it and diagnoses it, finds that out. So
Now, Steve, what if you get the warranty and don't sell the house? You take it back off the market. What's the deal there?
there's no responsibility if the house is taken off the market on the warranty end. The only way
You don't have to pay for it?
they don't pay for it till it actually sells.
So if you used it, and your house doesn't sell, even if you switch to another realtor, right?
Correct.
If you switch to another realtor, then
When the agreement is done
not that gives you reason to switch to another realtor. I just want to make that clear.
but if the agreement, the warranty agreement is only good as long as the agreement with the real estate agent. So, for instance, the house is taken off the market, the warranty is void at that time. If the
But if you used it prior to it taking off,
Right. It's done. Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's all
Just-
tied into your real estate agent.
Right.
Okay.
Now, 75% of American Home Shield's business is inside sales and renewals, and that's the reason we have designed the product we have today, is because it's all about renewals for us. The company doesn't do very well if we don't renew the customer. So the goal is to really try to make the customer satisfied.
so this is you know how you pay your Consumers Energy has you could put a policy on your furnace and your appliances.
Right.
I think. I don't think they have anything else.
It varies by the different products they have out there. I know that ours is extremely competitive to their product.
Is it competitive price wise, or
Extremely.
is yours I would think yours would be less expensive.
Our inside sales product, our consumer sales product, is extremely competitive.
Okay. What about, I've got a friend who owns, 20 or so rental properties, and he puts it on every one of his rental properties
You can do that as well.
afterwards.
Yeah. We'll do a lease option purchases. The landlords can buy it for their homes to protect it, or they can sell it.
Is it a different product for landlords, or is it the same?
As long as it's a real estate transaction, it's the same. Otherwise, it's a consumer sales product. Yeah.
If it's a duplex, there's probably a different product, or a fourplex,
Yeah,
unit, or a
it's-
6 unit.
We charge roughly, the pricing starts off for buyer coverage at $415. They can add a multiple unit. Each additional unit's like $240 more. So you can keep adding on as many units.
And is the
Usually-
price the same every year, or does it change after the first year?
Well, the actual consumer sales product, it's hard to say because it's so different.
Okay.
There's more coverage, so it might be perceived as a higher price, but you're getting actually more items.
After the first year?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so it's
I haven't sold a house. I haven't sold my own house in a long time, so I haven't put it on myself.
anybody can have the consumer sales product. I mean, it's available to anybody, and it makes up most of our business anyway. So
Do you have statistics as to the age of the homes that are more apt to call in and use the product?
you know what? We haven't really been able to study that what the age is. We don't age depreciate. So it doesn't matter how old the furnace is or anything like that. So it doesn't really affect it. But I would say most of our market is anywhere from 5 years to 20-year age homes. Typically, I don't see a lot of people buying it on the 5 years. But we do have a new construction program that people may not be aware of. But if they buy a new construction home, they're able to get a 4-year warranty, which covers the second, third, the fourth, and the fifth year for about $600. So
That's a good deal.
yeah.
4
4 years.
years for $600.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of builders are providing that. They're sticking it on the listing so that entices the buyers to buy their homes. So,
What are some of the other kind of claims? What kind of electrical type claims would you get?
well, you could get a fuse box issue. You could get,
These are questions that I get
yeah.
as a real estate agent. I'm going, I don't know.
Just keep in mind, if we don't cover, like, when you get into electrical, sometimes you'll get into a code issue. And if the inspection shows that, like, okay, it was a code violation, but it's mechanically not failed, we don't cover that. We only cover if it's a mechanical failure. So if it's mechanically failure and it falls into
So if the furnace fails and there wasn't a permit originally pulled to put that furnace in, you'll cover both those items? If you have the combination package.
if it's a mechanical failure.
If it's a mechanical failure and there wasn't a permit in place, because this is going to be a city issue.
Right.
I mean,
Right. So
it always goes back to the city, doesn't it? Correct?
Yes, it does.
yeah, but the big question I always get is code. So, like,
Right.
is it, just because they found it a code doesn't mean we'll cover it. It has to be a mechanical failure.
Well, I went in a house for a client the other day, a couple weeks ago, and brand new hot water heater, but it was clear there was no sticker on it that indicated there was a permit pulled for the water heater. So you won't cover that permit, the fact that, because it will end up being a rental property.
We'll cover the permit when the contractor puts a new one in.
Right, but because there was no permit pulled and the water heater's
Right.
working, you're not going to cover that.
And honestly, it doesn't matter. No, we won't pay for the cost of that permit just because they didn't do it prior. But let's say, for instance, they didn't do that, and maybe they didn't do it properly.
Right.
Our Service Plus package would cover something that's done improperly. So
Okay.
that should.
But it's proper, no permit, not covered. Okay.
Electrical fire.
We cover the electrical. We don't cover the secondary damage by the fire.
That's called
That's
house
your-
insurance.
That's your
Wow.
homeowners.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but
Yeah, just think
I'm
of-
checking.
Just think
That's
about
good.
yeah, all secondary damage, even if they're like the plumbing broke and caused a flood or so forth. The secondary damage is always homeowners insurance, and we would be responsible for fixing the plumbing. So,
Okay. Very good.
yeah, different things like we would cover if they bought the well coverage, we could cover the well pump. But if lightning hit the well pump, we would not cover the well pump. That would-
so not natural.
yeah, that would be under homeowners insurance.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, so we cover mechanical failure, normal wear and tear.
And you don't inspect before you...
No, not at all.
Do you want one? Do you want us to put a home warranty on your house?
When I sell it.
Well, no, you can put one on now.
Well,
That's
could.
what I'm understanding from Steve.
Yes, you can go to AmericanHomeShield.com and basically you can get a home warranty for your home. Anybody
that
can do
reminds me. I forgot if anyone has any questions. Where is Mark to remind me? 787-3397.
Well, at least you remembered the number.
We're probably... Well, we got a couple minutes. Someone can
Yeah.
call in with questions. 787-3397. That's what happens when Mark's not here. Some failures.
So you can get a warranty.
Right.
I can just go to your website and order one up.
Right, absolutely.
Now, you pay by the year?
You pay by the year or you can pay by the month. The consumer sales product can be paid by the month.
Okay. So how much is it a month? Just
I'll give you a
basic plan.
Give you a relative. I pay $41 a month for mine, and
Okay.
it covers everything in my home: septic, well, everything.
Wow.
I mean, it covers a washer, dryer, refrigerator. It covers everything in the house for $41 a month. So, you get to pick your deductible. You get to pick the appliances you want to cover. There's a lot of things you can choose from.
Now
you can get it as low as $18 a month.
This seems like a no-brainer, Steve.
That's what he wants.
Well, I mean, it really does.
Well, I've been working for the company 19 years, and I can only tell you that
Didn't you used to own it?
I used to own the first company that was bought out by American Home Shield. But American Home Shield bought our company. But I can only tell you from my experience in the warranty industry, it's gotten so much better. And the reason is that because it's all become renewal based. And it used to be non-covered costs, limits, exclusions in the back of the contract and the fine print. And today, we've really alleviated all that to make it sure that the customer is more satisfied than ever before.
So you don't need the Supreme Court to
Right,
figure out.
Right. It's just we try to narrow down to what we cover the best and try to cover those things. And instead of trying to cover things we don't cover well, we used to cover roof, and you just can't cover it very well because there's too many exclusions. And so what happens is you tendency tell a customer, no, it's not covered. And when they hear that, they don't renew. So our goal is really to create a product that customers want to renew. So
Sure.
And I remember the day when the roof was included. So,
Okay.
Anything else?
no, just American Home Shield is the largest provider of warranties in the country. We are an A+ rated company with Better Business Bureau, and that's about
Go
it.
to AmericanHomeshield.com for more information.
And you're part of a larger group, right, of businesses?
Well, I mean, there used to
Are
be
you under the umbrella
Oh,
of...
Well, yeah, we're owned by Service Master they own True Green, Chemlon, Mary Maids, Marispec, Termex, but we don't sell off the rights of the name if they use our program. The only thing we can provide is coupons for those other sources, but we're over a $6 billion company. I mean, it's so.
I was going to ask you something and then I forgot. I know it was really relevant. It really was. Jeez. I was I didn't know you were affiliated with all those other companies,
Yes.
so that kind of just took me by surprise.
Yeah, it's like I said, I feel very comfortable at night knowing
I
my
know
claims
it
will be
was.
paid.
Can I pick my own contractor for the repair?
No, we legally we took it upon ourselves if we were going to send a contractor into the home and they were going to do something for us, that we wanted to take legal responsibility for that. So all our contractors are licensed and insured, and we do background checks on all our contractors because the work that they perform, we're liable for. So that's why we really would like that. It is a local insured contractor, but it's just
How do you find your contractors?
typically word of mouth.
Okay.
It's one, like a real estate agent will tell us to interview someone, and we'll interview them and get them set up. Anyone can sign up in our program. It's just, they just become part of this. We just have to do background checks and so forth to make sure that they fit to our standards.
Is there a most common repair that you see?
Other than the plumbing, I mean, it's just a big area for us. I just see a lot of plumbing,
Lot of
paid
plumbing.
claim come across it. And again, furnaces during that time of year, and then air conditioners. But it's funny, the most expensive claim is swimming pools. And I would say from the number of people who buy a swimming pool coverage, because we only cover the in-ground ones. But in Michigan, we kind of abuse our pools because we shut them down every year. But that is our highest paid claim. Because it's just we only cover heating and filtration systems, but you'd be amazed how those are abused.
Yeah.
And a lot of the buyers don't know what they're buying because it's all covered up. So I would
Right.
highly recommend that. Do the combo plan with the.
If it's a pool, we've
Pool
got a
cover.
couple listings with pools.
Hey, we're out of time, but
Well.
give us your website again. And
It's just www.ahs.com.
I got a couple things I gotta say.
Hurry
Gotta
up.
squeeze it in.
Hurry up.
Open house on County Farm Road, 9280 County Farm Road, Western Schools. 133.4 is the price, 1 to 230. Got a great price reduction on 5995 update last night, 179.9. That's a cool house for that price.
what road was that?
Updike, corner Updike and Seymour, and then 485 Skyline. She is very motivated, so call me on those properties and we'll get them. We'll get you through them.
What number?
780-3800.